After seeing my last video, a dear friend of mine got a hold of me and tongue-in-cheek said, "You may want to talk to your wife about some makeup." And I thought about that, and I thought about battle scars and looks and why we put so much emphasis on the way that we look in life. I have a lot of battle scars. I try to wear all of them with pride, even the ones that I got through stupidity. Here's a picture of a time when I tore my pec. I won't tell you how I did it, but rest assured it was pretty stupid. When I got my neck fused, a good friend contacted me and told me I might want to try a product called ScarAway. So he sent me the link on Amazon, and I thought about it, but then I thought, why? Why bother? It's not like I look like Brad Pitt to begin with anyway. As a side note, Brad Pitt and I are the same age. Let that sink in. I'd appreciate it if you kept your comments to yourself. I used to teach a world lit class, and we used to cover a story where looks were very important to the protagonist and antagonist in the story. And I would have the kids look at an article that I had found where a man couldn't understand why he was so good looking and his wife was so beautiful and they had very homely children. And then he did some research into her past and discovered that she had had plastic surgery to alter her appearance. And when he saw what she actually looked like before the surgery, he immediately filed for divorce. Think about that for a minute. Think about if your dad wanted to divorce your mom because you and your siblings were homely. Why do we put so much emphasis in this country and around the world for that matter on looks? Eyes, nose, teeth, skin, hair. Man, I really need a haircut. My bangs are getting too long. Ears, everything. Every aspect of your appearance gets evaluated the instant you meet somebody. And we do the same thing to other people. Why is that? Another thing I used to discuss with my freshmen when we did Romeo and Juliet was love at first sight. What makes you fall in love with first sight? Well, appearance, of course. And we talk about how it's so easy to fall in love with somebody when they're young. And so we got to talking about what's the perfect age? What's the age where you are at the peak of your physical perfection? I did some research on that, and I found that the most credible article said that 21 is the age at which you reach the mountaintop. And every year after you hit 21, it's all downhill. I would tell my kids this, and they'd laugh, and I'd say, well, hey, at least you guys got a few good years left. But here's the thing. Would I be 21 again if I could? Don't get me wrong, I'd love to have the physicality, I'd love to have the strength that I had when I was 21. This is a picture of me when I was 21, hanging out with my buddies about 2 weeks before I graduated from college. But if I were still a lad of 21, I wouldn't have my wife, I wouldn't have my kids, and I wouldn't have my granddaughter. And they're the greatest gifts in my life. You know, in Shakespeare's time, people believed that the way you looked on the outside was a reflection of the person you were on the inside. And today, I think it's just the opposite. I think we see somebody who's physically attractive and we automatically assume, well, that person's stuck up and they're mean. And that's just not the case. It's very hard not to judge people, and I try hard not to do that. I try to treat people the way that they treat me. But it's hard, because let's face it, that's something we all do. I've been judging people my entire life based on appearance and so many other things, and now I'm trying to judge people based on how they treat me and how they treat others. I think it was Einstein that said, I treat the university president and the janitor just the same. Darn right. So hey, if you're over 21, it's okay. Yesterday, I turned 21 for the 39th time. And while physical perfection, physical peak is a great thing to have, it's not the be all and end all. I'll leave you with a quick thought about the Hemingway Code Hero. I used to teach a book called The Old Man and the Sea. And essentially what the book is about a man named Santiago who's way past his prime. He's a fisherman in Cuba. And he decides one day, because he hasn't caught a fish in 84 days, he's going to go way out into the ocean, and he's not coming back unless he gets a big fish. And he gets a big fish. And after he hooks that fish, he goes through some tremendous physical and mental adversity. And the way he deals with that is really what the book is all about. The person who never has adversity never discovers strength. They never know what they can do. Defeating adversity isn't always in the cards. Hemingway believed that we all would lose eventually because we're mortals, and that's just the way the system works. But it's how you deal with losing and how you deal with adversity that truly makes the person that you are. And that's how we get our scars. Our scars originate from having to overcome some kind of physical or mental adversity. And by doing that, it makes us stronger. You know, the whole Nietzsche saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So wear your scars with pride. They're what make you the person you are, and they make you stronger as the years go by. Remember, one way or the other, you earned every one of those scars. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys.